Okay, what up, Guts? This is another training video to try to help you guys out with strategies and little bits of advice about gameplay. We got red team versus blue team, just like every other Heroes of the Storm game. You mostly want to focus on the blue team, and let's just jump right into action. Personally, I only recognize Joe from GimmeGutz on the blue team. Everybody else I don't recognize. So they're fighting for mid temple, or not? They're not fighting for mid temple. It's the beginning in the game. They're fighting for the mid vision. You know, nobody died, so that was a pretty good fight. If nobody dies, it's a pretty good fight. Already they got minions pushing the middle, which is very good. What do we see here? What do we see? We see the new hero Genji with the Sylvanas on the bottom. Where should I be looking, guys? Come on. What do we got here?
It looks like they have Tracer and Asmodan pushing pretty hard on top. It's non-contested, but they're also leaving open Sylvanas and Genji to push hard on the bottom. So it's kind of a trade-off. Um,
Yeah, it looks even better for Genji and Sylvanas. Now, temples are just spawned. Temples are up right now. Blue team still has the level lead by a little bit. They're pushing the fuck out of bottom. I'm just looking at bottom right now until you guys tell me to look at something else. They already took the fort
yeah.
with 2 minutes in.
Red team took both of the temples, but blue team pushed bottom fort.
Asmodan on top temple just got shit on. There's a Faustad that just took out Asmodan and possibly Tracer as well.
Oh
Well,
no,
they're
but the
leaning
Lemon
right.
kills the Falstad last minute.
Yeah, that Tracer got away with no health. They're all the way to the keep turrets. They're taking out the keep turrets at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. They're already taking down the entrance to the keep because they ignored a Sylvanas.
And the Genji.
Now the
Yeah.
Abathur, which is our clan member Joe, is healing the fuck out of people with hats. Do you guys see this? They're still ahead on EXP, and they just took out a keep at 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
Oh, the
Asmodan finally
Admiral
went contested.
overextending there just a bit. And survives.
Sylvanas is looking at a little bit of trouble right there in mid.
Sylvanas got away. Look at that fucking Abathur hat. Mad props. Look at that fucking Pajamather right there. Keeping mofos alive, dude. That was dope. See, that kind of shit right there is guts. Games in Heroes of the Storm should not last that long. And this is a perfect example why. Because there's already a keep down. They barely hit 4 minutes in the game. They didn't even get they didn't get a single fort, bro. They got most of the temples and they didn't get a single fort. What are we looking at, guys? Speak up for me.
I'm watching Falstad and Li Ming break down the turrets in mid. Pushing mid pretty hard. I got 3 on bottom pushing our towers and turrets on the blue side. Genji's taking a bruiser camp with Sylvanas up top. And I'm constantly keeping Falstad, Li Ming healed, zoning out with mines to give him a little bit of a heads up once people come. forts going down in mid pretty soon. Red team's taking the bottom temple.
Yeah, with Genji trying to contest it, but will he make it?
Notice all these Abathur bombs right in the middle lane, when they're still they're a half a level ahead. When they ignored the objective most of the game and already opened their core to a fucking attack.
Yeah.
What I would like to point out is that if you notice how Li Ming was like luring Tyrande to go over the mines so that she could take extra damage.
So now she ran all the way back to the base to heal. Very good point.
And sometimes you'll see abathurs that place a ton of bombs somewhere, and nobody like will help them by just luring like, oh hey, come hit me, and then they'll follow you and just run right over all of them.
To the fort up top, Sylvanas and Falstad.
Blue team's got ults already without getting almost no objectives. Blue team is still shitting on the red team. Where are we at, guys? Where are we at?
It looks like the red team is rotating down to mid. It's going to be a pretty big fight in mid, looks like. So Sylvanas looks like she's in trouble. I had her. Give her a heal gun. She comes up.
Very nice. Even their Nazebo had to run away and back. They got double specialists, which is fucking scary.
Falstad does a global to assist Ganji.
A wasted ult there by Genji, but he's just trying to make it count by attacking the tower.
The Genji
And
died
dying for it.
very close. Yeah. Like they wanted that fort bad. That Genji even said LOL one hit. So they're okay. Sylvanas even tried to get brave enough to take their bruisers. And Joe, our Abathur, had the Sylvanas at the bruisers. As brave as that Sylvanas was, but it would just look at that Falstad.
A nice win there by Falstad.
Yeah, very nice. Took the Tracer out of the fucking game, dude. So Nazebo's back at their base again with no health. The bottom lane already has catapults. They can't do much about it because look at the turret in their base just got shit on by catapults. Triple catapults, because at the beginning they killed the keep, like
the Genji diving
at the start. What are we looking at now, guys? Other than the fact that they're like way levels ahead, and this is the first temple that they're really focusing on. The first.
If you look down at the bottom fort or bottom shrine, Tyrande, she keeps trying to skirt around the outside of the shrine, but all that time she's hitting the minions down there and killing them, but she's not gaining the temple time. So that like kind of whenever you're down there by a shrine, make sure that you're always stepping on that circle.
That's a good point. I just barely missed it, but Tyrande was not fully standing on the shrine because... Oh wow, that was interesting. Oh wow. Okay.
Like you see, he gets a free. Genji is just sitting on the temple, not having to worry about minions because she was killing them for him before even trying to capture it.
I just saved Li Ming's life right there. Mid.
So looking at these stats, the Abathur is clearly out healing the Tyrande on their team. And the red team has been on the defensive the whole game.
And that's all because they thought they could outpush the Savannahs.
They both sent bruisers like at the exact same time. So he's got a monstrosity with a hat. It got taken out right before he got back to the minions and the bruisers. Which is okay because with the level ahead with the talent, major distractions. Like they had to focus on wherever the abathur was, wherever the abathur hat was. They sent quadruple rock throwers with a catapult and 2 players on the bottom right now. So the red team has no choice but to go defend again with no level 16 talents.
The Li Ming caught it
Yeah.
getting out of position there.
Yep. Li Ming tried to make it down. She traveled through the dungeon. I mean the jungle to try to stop the bottom push, and she got fucked up, dude. The rest of the team had to stop that bottom push, which gives the blue team a lot of time to grab a little more EXP.
And set up on the objective beforehand.
Exactly. They got the vision. They set up on the temple. The red team is really scared, in my opinion. The red team doesn't know what to do right now. Their only choice is to go for the objective.
Blue team took a lot of damage right there.
I mean, it was a 3-on-4 naturally, but they still bought a lot of time. They're still almost a level ahead because the red team had to defend the bottom like all game. And
especially now with the monstrosity pushing it while they're at the objective.
Exactly. The monstrosity's going back in again on bottom again, which takes another player from the red team that has to stop what they're doing, slow down the bottom again. And then Tracer got picked off trying to Hearthstone. The other ones are retreating. They're all on the defensive again. Looking at the stats, abathur completely outheals the red team's healer. So the whole game, abathur is just supporting every engagement. The blue team is on the offensive the whole time. They're 13 minutes in. Look at that mind control.
Sylvanas trying to mind control.
Oh, Falstad died. Almost got the Tyrande. However you pronounce her name. Whatever. Their Li Ming had no idea what to do with her ult. Nizebo showed up from behind them. And died. The Genji got aggressive again and died. You see the abathur heal the Li Ming and give her speed boost. Li Ming turned around to try to fight, which wasn't very smart by Li Ming. She would have lived. abathur gave her an extra chance of life, but she chose to turn around and fight. Now if you notice, the monstrosity once again is pushing into their core, which is fucking awesome, because their whole team is trying to push against keep turrets. Well, they got catapults and monstrosity going towards their core.
But instead they should have took the mercenary camp to keep the pressure going instead of trying to push it.
And then Abathur hat showed up just in time. With the Abathur and Falstad, they basically got 3 kills right there. They're level 20, so they're all on spawn time for a long time. The 2 specialists had no choice but to defend bottom. So they got 4 people on the blue team alive. They can do basically whatever they want. Abathur's pretty far into the map, which is good. They're sending the temple, what do they call it? The lasers, which is attacking the top keep.
But am I the
Nazebo's,
only one who's noticed that the Asmodan never even used his General of Hell trait this entire game?
Yeah, it's right there in the middle.
Like, maybe that's why they're losing so much in experience.
But the generals of hell don't give experience, do they?
I'm pretty sure they don't, but maybe they do. That's actually
Just
something
like the
I'm not
presence
sure.
there, it feels like, I don't know, Asmodan's experience, doesn't it?
Look, if Falstad flew to the bottom, he had a hat. He took out somebody else. He got bottom shrine. The bottom shrine is the bottom temple is attacking the core again. So it was a pretty aggressive game, which was actually really good, and it's how most games should be. Now they're sending the blue team's sending the enemy's siege camp again, because the whole game the red team had too much pressure to do anything. They got quadruple
The Leeming here just
rock
trying to
throwers with
destroy
triple
their top
catapults.
four.
So the Asmodan is just cancelled out. He can't help anybody right now, because the bottom push is just too much for them. Tracer's just way too deep. I don't know what she's thinking. Their healer's just running away.
Oh, the only
doesn't-
time Tracer should be that deep is when she's trying to secure a kill. But with no one that low there, why is she there in the first place?
I agree. So they got so much pressure on their base, with 3 of them dead on the red team, that the entire blue team can do almost anything that they want to. All they have is 2 specialists trying to decide what to do, but they don't know, because it's 5 versus 2. They're basically accepting that they're gonna lose at this point.
Yeah, because a single objective can easily destroy the fort.
Yeah, both temples are attacking the core. Li Ming's back on the field, but they still can't stop it. The core is dead.
And no one's even trying to contest top.
That's game right there. Look at the statistics, man. Abathur, 42,500 heals. Tyrande, 16,500 heals. So basically the entire game, Abathur put a hat on the rest of his team, healed them, and kept them alive during every fight, every objective, every push. So the red team had no chance to keep up. They had 4 more kills than the other team. The entire game, the red team was just trying to defend, trying to defend, trying to defend. But after they
I'd also like to point out there were no tanks or bruisers.
and I love games like that. After they got that initial EXP advantage,
They just snowballed right through the game.
there was like no coming back for the red team. Thank you for watching GimmeGutz. Guts up, hose down.